What's happening, Guardians? Listen, Gazur is here this weekend. He's selling Plan C, man, and I wanted to go ahead and get this review out to y'all, man. Plan C has always been one of my favorite fusion rifles. I remember back in year one, I used to run around with nothing but Plan C. Plan C was actually one of my first weapon reviews I ever did in Destiny, man. It was a crappy weapon review from so long ago, but I've got a little soft spot in my heart for this gun. Fellas, before we get started, man, if we can go for another 1,000 likes, guys, helps me out so much, and I want to go in and just let you guys know, man, thank y'all so much for 40,000 subscribers. Thank y'all so much for the love. We broke 40,000 this past week, and we've just been still rolling, guys. I see 50,000 right around the corner, guys, and I really believe we're going to get there pretty soon, or maybe even at the end of this month if we're lucky. So I really want to just keep rolling along there. Anyways, fellas, let's get started. Okay, fellas, again, I won't take too long on this. CQB Ballistics is what I like to rock on. You could go for Smart Drift Control. It gives you a little more stability. I'm just leaving it on this one. For some reason, I feel more comfortable on here. Hip fire, of course. Perfect balance, guys. Look, stability. I actually went in and checked to see what the bolt location was whenever you shot it, and when you get into the levels of like mid-range, the separation there on hammer forge and even on accelerated coils, it's just so crazy, man. I saw them just kind of go all different directions. So perfect balance is what I'm relying on, and it works really well for me as far as keeping the various bolts kind of closer together, more confined. And then of course the Plan C perk charge and equip times are very short immediately after weapon swap. So I took this into all kinds of different matches, skirmish, rumble, you know, played some various really good players, man, to see exactly how Plan C would work. And Plan C, it's a good weapon. But I see there was some issues that I had with it. For a long time, I was sitting there trying to get it to proc the Plan C perk. There is no indicator at the bottom. Do you see where I'm coming from? As you see when you swap from primary to secondary, there's nothing that says, hey, Plan C is now activated, which is kind of a bummer, man. I wish there was a way you could see exactly when the cooldown of that perk was. Now, at least from my knowledge, it's about 7 seconds in between swapping from your primary to your secondary that you now have that cooldown where that Plan C perk activates. Now, there's the other side of things. You can either run around all day long with Plan C and put yourself in the situation where you have to fight people out with it, and you know, you can win against an opponent that stands kind of fairly still. But when you got guys that are jumping all around and everything else, by the time you get charge time and see where exactly they're going, it's hard. And that's the reason why you see fusion rifles not really be a major thing in competitive play, man. That's why shotguns are still pretty much in control of all your short range engagements. Now, let's talk another thing about Plan C, man. If you always lead up with your primary, if you're always constantly using your primary, when you swap to Plan C, say when you got a shotgun rusher on you, or it's just in panic situations, I was able to shut down stormcallers with it and stuff like that. In those panic situations, Plan C will proc for you every time, and you'll have the luxury of having that perk always ready for you, but you don't have to deal with the situation of constantly having to see if that perk was going to proc. And that perk is big, but again, you've got to be ready for it, man, because it comes out so fast and it's shooting off so quickly that it surprises your enemy just as much as it surprises you, and that's something that needs to be taken note of. Fusion rifles in general, man, you know, I've been playing with them for a fair bit of time. There's a lot of other YouTubers, man, that spin. Cammy Cakes, man, he plays with nothing but fusion rifles. And I can tell you something about fusions, man. Fusions are like, you need to always keep your feet on the ground with them. If I've got any, I mean, I run shotty all the time, run a Thor shotty combo, especially in sweats, dude. And I can tell you, I'm always used to jumping up, always using kind of like my vertical because you know normally the accuracy of your shot, as long as you're close within your enemy, you're gonna land those shots. But with fusion rifles, man, it's really hard to constantly land shots when in mid-air. With fusions, you really want to have your feet on the ground. You know, like I said, that was probably the biggest thing for me, is me reminding myself, okay, I've got to keep my feet on the ground. I've got to stay on the ground in order for me to really line up my shots and kind of time your shots. But that's just with about every fusion rifle in general. But that's just something I wanted to kind of give that tip out to you, because even as a player that I feel like I'm pretty experienced, I have to sit there and remind myself to do those little things in order to truly take advantage of the benefits of this weapon. Well, guys, if you don't have this weapon, I really highly suggest getting it this weekend. I know some of you probably already have it. There's a lot of new players though here in Destiny. That's why I'm really putting out this review, man. I want you new guys that are coming. Welcome to Destiny. There's so many guys, man. I don't know if y'all know this. Rise of Iron has really taken off with these people, man. So many people that are stepping into the Destiny universe. I really suggest though getting Plan C though, man. Plan C is a solid choice. Now, of course, there's some definite legendary fusion rifles that I would still be using probably over Plan C, but Plan C is still a great choice. Still solid option for you, especially for fusion rifles go, man. And if you kind of just learn to use your primary more, kind of lead up more with your primary, you'll be able to take more advantage of what Plan C is supposed to be for you. So many people I know that really just rock out and go in there and try to just charge down people's throats with Plan C. And I mean, that's you can do it that way, but again, you're not utilizing what the exotic perk is supposed to be. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for coming and watching. You know, this might be my last review for year 2, guys. I don't know, man. We've had a damn good year, guys. I came back in April. Glad I did. And, you know, I might put out one more review on Mobius, which is the shotgun, the Titan shotgun. But other than that, guys, I'm probably going to be wrapping it up for reviews, because we're about to be heading into Rise of Iron, and it's just going to be constant Rise of Iron information. Anyways, fellas, thanks so much for the love and support. I'll catch you guys later. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.